What's up, guys? Joey Salads here, and I just got back from the gym. I was there. I got a call from one of my clients. I'm not editing this video because I don't got time, so excuse me for rushing this and being sweaty and everything. But I got a call from one of my clients because the new thing I've been doing is I manage shit now. I've been pushing away from the internet. But one of my clients called me up pretty upset about the Rebecca Zamolo, however you sound her name. She made a video talking shit about Musical.ly and this Musical.ly program that one of my clients is involved in. So I watched it, and I want to make a response to it because almost everything she says is fundamentally wrong. I work with apps like Musical.ly and a dozen other apps behind the scenes, so I understand the inner workings and why they do the things that they do, which makes perfect sense. So I'm gonna respond to her video as it goes.
Hey Zam fam, it's Rebecca.
I'm gonna skip the beginning. It's all, that fluff bullshit.
Creators have a lot of really unique experiences, and since then, cared about the app, about the people, really doesn't feel the same. I think the hardest thing for me is the people that I felt like truly cared about the app, about the people on it, about the creators. They are no longer there, and
that could be true.
That are left, especially in the U.S. office, don't necessarily have our best interests at heart, in my opinion.
It's possible.
Once the company switched over and the main people were no longer there, I started noticing huge changes.
The main reason why Musical.ly moved over is because I don't think it's any surprise to anybody, but Musical.ly is kind of on a downward slope. Not because of the bad business decisions they made, but simply just because of the name of the app, Musical.ly. It throttles them. It puts them in a specific niche that throttles them from the growing and ever-expanding social media space. So as they did grow very fast, they're throttled in the sense of being Musical.ly, music, lip sync, whatever they do. They're throttled in that reach. And that this is a very... Knowing what I'm telling you right now, you'll get a better understanding now of the decisions they made.
With the platform. The first thing that I noticed with the app is that it seemed like they did not want their big creators and their active users on the platform anymore. I have no idea why they wouldn't want to take care of their biggest creators. Some of them were the face of Musical.ly. They helped grow the app and make it what it was. And I have no idea why they wouldn't want their videos to be shared with you guys, with the fans on the app. That also...
I'll tell you why. They do want them to be shared. The only dilemma that they have is the way that everything's going right now is people like her and the other musers on the platform are kind of making the app somewhat go downhill because they're the creators stuck in the lip syncing niche. I'm trying to find her account right now. She's at 9 million followers, 150,000 likes per post. Some 250,000, 300,000, 400,000, 300,000. So I don't know what she's complaining about. She's getting hundreds of thousands of likes with 9 million followers, and that following helped her transition over to YouTube, where she's got millions as well.
It really confused me. I started noticing things with the top female creators on the platform.
Don't know why she's saying female, but the top creators on the platform just happen to be female. I don't know if she's trying to imply a sexism thing, which would just be false.
I started seeing their likes go down, glitches happening on their page, things not showing up.
The reason why likes are going down and glitches are happening is because, one, glitches happen. The app's going through a lot of changes. Glitches are going to happen. No one likes glitches. And the reason why some likes are going down in some places is because they're switching to an algorithmic feed. So for me, for example, I have 250,000 followers on Musical.ly, and if I have a good video, it can get like 300,000 likes. That's because of the algorithm picking up the better of the content. If the content's not good and doesn't get picked up by the algorithm, will get like 10, 20,000 likes.
Unfollowing them without them actually unfollowing.
She's talking about like how the account, the app makes people unfollow them. Listen, I don't think Musical.ly is purposely making accounts unfollow other accounts. This is nothing new in any of the social media spaces. I believe that they're just glitches behind the scenes that result in that, or hell, some people might have unfollowed by accident and now they think it's a glitch. That's a very possible scenario, but I don't think any apps, any social media apps are actually, purposely making accounts unfollow them. Maybe YouTube in some cases.
Shares not showing up on all different pages, and I can also vouch that I saw this happen on mine. The app would start unfollowing our accounts from other people. So fans would say, hey, I was following you, and I'm not following you anymore. And
honestly, it was probably
that.
like
People
2 or 3
were complaining
examples.
that they weren't getting notified when I was posting videos, and I am speaking for myself, but I've talked to a lot of the other creators and they've noticed these things happening as well. I actually had an experience multiple times where my videos did not show up on my page. If you went to my page...
That happened to me too. I have 250,000 followers and that happened. There was a glitch going on that day. I remember that happened to a lot of people. That even happened to one of my clients when I was trying to get them a brand deal. I went to their page and there was no Musical.lys yet. And I hit up my client saying, where are your Musical.lys? What's going on? Why'd you delete everything off your page? And my client's like, what are you talking about? And then I went back the next day and everything was there and fine.
None of my Musical.lys showed up, and it lasted for over 24 hours.
And this client only has 100,000 followers. She's implying that she's specifically targeted. And look, she gained over 1.5 million followers since then. This was like a couple of months ago.
This happened twice, and it was only to my account. And it's very weird because on
Do you go on every Musical.lys account, on every person's account to see if there's a glitch? Like what makes her think that she's being specifically targeted with 0 to no evidence? Is anecdotal evidence, which I just proved wrong.
Fool's Day, they did a prank. They pranked everyone and made it look like baby Ariel blocked everyone, and so you couldn't see any Musical.lys on her page. This essentially happened to my page, and they called it a glitch, but the US office obviously had access to make that happen, so I don't know, it's pretty weird.
Let's go through the motive of Musical.ly. Oh, let's block Rebecca's videos for just one day. What does Musical.ly get out of that? How does that really, at the end of the day, hurt you? Maybe you don't gain the 1,000 followers you would have gained within that time. Like, there's no clear motive that would even make sense for them to do that.
To me. Also, they changed the format, so right when you go on the page, you normally open it up and it would be people you were following. Then what they did is they changed it to a recommended. This is a recommended feed of people that you weren't following, but they thought you might like their videos. I can't show you this personally because I just can't put this on my channel, but Matt, my husband, actually opened up his app, and there was a fist fight with kids right when he opened it. It was in his recommended, and I can't show...
Listen, the reason why they made the switch of showing you the following to the recommended, which is, obviously a controversial thing. I don't really like it much neither. But the reason why they're doing it is because they want other people to grow. See, people like her who are at the top with the millions of followers, they're the only ones getting shown out of being in the top of the hashtags, getting featured all the time, just being the one that everybody already follows. They're trying to grow people's viewership, the amount of people that they view, to keep more people on the app, because people are leaving the app in droves. So they figured, let's do an algorithmic recommended feed, show that to everybody. Let's let people discover new content on this app for once. Let's show them that we're not just a lip-syncing app, because people are getting sick of that niche. So they want to try to move and show we also got comedy. We're kind of like Vine as well. That's what they're trying to make the move for. That's why they're promoting the recommended feed, because one, it helps newer people with no followers come up if they have a good video, and it helps the users discover the new content. Apps like this are kind of like stuck in the discovery section, where it's tough to discover new content unless you're going through the hashtags, which when you go through the hashtags mostly get rated by popularity. So this is something kind of like evening out the playing field, kind of like the Instagram Explore page. Instead of it just being the top videos of the day, now it's more of like an Explore where you see stuff that might fit what you previously watched, which I think Instagram does very well, which a lot of people might hate. But hey, if you watch a lot of fitness videos on Instagram, you go to your Explore page, it's all fitness videos. If you watch a lot of hood comedy videos and go to your Explore page, you're only going to see is hood comedy. People don't realize it, but it gears the algorithm and what they show you based on what you've previously watched, which you may not even notice at times, which I think is good for the general audience.
The fight, we have a screen recording of it, and it went on for...
Oh, about the fight being in the thing. That shit happens when you're dealing with an algorithmic feed. There could be a video or two that slips through the crack. Out of all the time I've been on the app, I've never seen something horrible like that. That's a very anecdotal thing. That video probably got deleted almost immediately. It just happened you were the first person to see it.
30 seconds. And so these were the types of videos videos that were now showing up in our recommended feed. Also on the hashtag.
It's impossible to curate thousands and thousands and thousands of uploads an hour. It's got to, when people report, then it goes through, then it gets deleted. That's how it happens.
Hashtags, where it used to be the most popular, where it would show who had the most likes, and now became trending. They actually don't really tell.
Yeah, I don't like that neither. When you go click on the hashtags, it used to kind of like say popular, would be like the top ones, then it would be like the trending tab. Now it's just trending, which I still think they should put a popular tab, because people do like to see what the best one is. And then there's also, would be the trending one, which would be better because it shows more algorithmic, which I would kind of like.
Tell you what trending is. However, I have a friend that got an email from Musical.ly, and this is what it said. It just shows that the trending page is not real, and they're basically guaranteeing certain people to get on the trending page. Which means if you are not guaranteed, it's very difficult to even get your videos on there. So let's say you shoot a video with a hashtag. You literally have no chance, especially if you are a kid, which I will get to next, on having your video ever show up under the hashtag.
That's not true, because the way the algorithmic feed now works is you can be a kid and make it to the algorithm because it's an algorithm. Picture yourself 1 year ago on Musical.ly. She's a top creator. Her and all of her friends, they're posting videos. They're the only ones being seen because everything's based on popularity. Now you have a chance because, like, example. I got on Musical.ly randomly one day. I posted a couple videos to it, and then out of nowhere, it started getting picked up in the algorithm, and I noticed. I was like, oh, cool. Then I had one that hit off, and then Musical.ly noticed, and they hit me up. And then that started my work with them. I'm not in that creator program that she's going to talk about later on. But it allows you now to get discovered because it's not only based on popularity. Granted, there is a group of people who do get favored and pushed higher, which is no different than any other social media platform. There are the people who get favored because they're the people that the app wants to try to push, and for multiple different reasons. I'll get into that later.
I noticed on my videos, my likes would stop at a certain number, and I've had other creators that have also had the same problem. So I would have like...
The reason why they'll stop at a certain number is, one, you may not be getting picked up on the algorithm that much, and two, now it's because after your following has seen that, you're no longer on the popular page. Granted, she gets like 500,000 to 250,000 likes a video still, but the reason why now is because you're not sitting on the #1 popular page spot for a week straight. Now those are your following. Now it's up to the algorithm. Algorithm is kind of trying to even the playing field, simply because content that she creates are not keeping people on their platform anymore. They need to change it up, because if they can continue doing what she wants, the app's just going to keep going downhill. They need to make these changes.
20,000 comments and like 20 likes. So
she said 20,000 comments and 20 likes. My video just the other day was glitched. When people would like it, the likes wouldn't process. But the comments, I think the likes would still be there, but they wouldn't show on the number. It might show it on the back end, because I don't know why. Because I know the views were there and the comments were there, but the likes were glitched. It was like 10 likes. Then when the glitch turned off, it went up to like 1,000 likes.
So basically, they were trying to control how our videos grew. Other platforms have algorithms, but these algorithms do not target certain people specifically. And it felt like for me, and with a lot of the other creators that have been on this app for a long time, that they were specifically targeting our pages. Also, I noticed certain videos of people...
She's not being specifically targeted. She's just a byproduct of the algorithm. It's going to hurt, in a way, the top of the top to replace them with the up-and-comers. You know what I mean?
Well, they were promoting their likes and their shares and everything were boosted up very high, a lot higher than their normal videos. So it just felt like you could not trust what the app was presenting to you. So I would notice these...
So she's implying that there might be some fake numbers on the app, which, who knows? That's not something that I think a lot of social media apps do fake numbers, but it's not something you could justifiably prove. But if she's saying, oh, these videos possibly have fake numbers, then her numbers could be fake as well. But what I think is the better explanation is she's saying that there's more shares than comments. The algorithm is probably promoting videos that have a great high share ratio, Reason why they would want to promote a high share ratio is because that's what gets new people on the app. She can get a video with 250,000 likes and 500 shares. They'll be like, why should we promote this in the algorithm? It's preaching to the choir. It's catering to the current audience that is dwindling. They want to expand their reach. So if there's a video that has a high share percentage or high share rate, they're going to want to push that to the top. So that might be why she's seeing more videos with a higher share, because that is what is now being pushed. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be fake. There's always could be a possible explanation for algorithmic changes.
Videos all of a sudden having a ton of views, and I would go look at the comments and I would look at the accounts, and it felt like these were not real accounts. It almost felt as if these accounts were created to give the perception that this video was bigger than it really was. I also noticed on any of the hashtags where they essentially paid creators to come onto the app and do it, that these views were boosted. I also noticed on certain...
Boosted how? Boosted through just being pushed in the algorithm and being an actual, boosted numbers that actual people seen, or boosted bots? You don't know. You can't tell. The better explanation is it's boosted because of algorithm.
Videos that they were trying to promote, that the shares were extremely high. Like, there were more shares than comments, which doesn't make sense at all. And this person's video views are so much higher than the views they normally get on.
That's because of algorithm. Like I said, some of my videos have more likes than I even have followers. Because the algorithm, it's giving me a chance. It's giving people who are smaller on the platform a chance to be discovered. It's not, you're not throttled now by your own following. They're throwing the throttle off, and now your videos, if they're good, it can be seen by everybody.
Their page. The app just feels very shady right now. Also, you guys might not know this. A lot of the creators, we all know this. There is a group called @MC. So if you go to Musical.ly and you @MC, it stands for Masterclass. These are the people that they essentially are trying to push. And what's strange about this is they get hashtags ahead of time. They get notified to do certain things.
Masterclass, I actually got hit up to be part of the Masterclass, which I declined because I'm already an established creator. So I gave my deal to one of my clients. They still gave me some of the perks to help me grow, like sending me hashtags. And guess what? What I've noticed, when I would get a hashtag sent to me, I could go on her page, and she would post with that hashtag before the hashtag went live. I wonder how she knew that as well. Maybe she got an email of the hashtags?
Basically have access that no one else on the platform has. And even the top creators that you would think have it, we don't have that. What is also interesting is that Musical.ly has been rolling out a bunch of these contests. You guys have probably submitted for these contests.
Oh, before she gets into the contest thing, the point of the masterclass is Musical.ly wants to widen their demographic, widen their content range. So they picked the masterclass, and they literally told masterclass, because I worked with them a little bit on this, they told them, don't post Musical.lys, like the lip syncing videos. They want to move away towards that. That's the crap that she makes. They want to move away towards that. They wanted more Vine type content. They wanted comedy. So they literally even said, if you make a lip syncing video, you're not going to get boosted in any way. So they literally picked this group of people as tests and say, we need to liven up this app. We need to make this app better. We need to expand the reach and bring in new people with this new content. We need to reinvent ourselves, because what they're doing right now, they're going down. So they need to do something else. So they got this group together. They said, hey, we're going to help boost you guys in the algorithm, give you the hashtags. We make you guys kind of bring you up on the platform, so this way you guys get synonymous with the platform. And help bring more value to it, because she's not bringing enough value right now. People like her aren't bringing the proper value to the platform to keep people on, and the numbers just show that. Like, there's a reason why they're making these changes, because people like her are not able to keep the app stable. So yeah, and then she's gonna go into the contest. I want to skip this part because I want to get this video over with. She's gonna go into the contests, and yes. They do give some of the winners of the masterclass, the contest winners, masterclass, they let them win the contests. But like the ratio of them winning to the total winners is like, they're like one or two people from the masterclass out of like several dozen winners of the contest would be from the masterclass. It's not like they're giving it to everybody in the masterclass. And like she's saying, like Like, hey, Rebecca, you don't ever think that you were the original masterclass when the app first came out? Like, were you not being featured every single day when this app first came out? How did you get 9 million followers? She was part of the original masterclass, and so was all those OG musers. They were part of the original masterclass. Now it's time to bring in the new masterclass because the old masterclass is not able to sustain. Like, if I could make a video, if I go back a few years ago, I could be in her shoes making this video saying, oh, they're favoring only Lauren Gray and Rebecca. Oh, why are they favoring them and not me? Well, because they wanted, that's who they chose. She was an original masterclass.
Million comedy audition, 1 million talent audition. Well, actually, all of the winners that won each of these categories were all part of this @MC group.
And I hate to tell you this, but the average content on any platform is trash. 99.99999% of the content uploaded to Musical.ly is actual trash. The only people making of quality content are content creators, which will be the people in the masterclass, or people who previously made videos on YouTube before, like someone like me. Like, I think I won one of the contests, maybe. I don't remember. I don't pay attention too much to this app at the end of the day. Like, I just post to it and I leave it. I haven't really worked with them too much anymore, but yeah, so that's obviously that just happens to be the good content. Like, they chose people who make good content.
Makes it feel like, to me and to everyone else, that it was very, very rigged. This, I think, is the most upsetting thing, because what was so great about the app before is it felt very fair. It felt like everyone had a shot to grow their page.
They don't.
Gain fans.
They don't. When there's a popular page that favors people like her who get 500,000 likes, it's not fair to everybody else. I guess it's everything is fair. Everyone's on the same playing field at the end of the day. But it's like, when you deal with an algorithm feed, it actually evens the playing field.
And gain exposure, and really, you could be anywhere, and you had the opportunity to grow and be big.
You have that more now than ever.
Now is it feels like there's no way that you can really become a star or become big without.
Now you can. Damn ads. Now you can become that star a lot easier than you were previously because of algorithm.
No way that you can really become a star or become
I want to skip
big.
around. I didn't even
So
watch.
I did an example where I'm saying new YouTube video, new Instagram, and I'll put it.
Oh, now she's talking about how if you put in like the comments, follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube. That happened with me before. I would be follow me on IG and it'll get deleted, the comment. You want to know why they're doing it? They're not doing it because they hate the creators. They're doing it because they want to keep people on Musical.ly. The reason why they have to do it is because people are leaving Musical.ly to go watch the other platforms. That's what they don't want. They want to keep people on their platform, which is understandable. At the same time, like, it can go both ways. It's like, come on, I want to promote my YouTube. But, like, from a business standpoint of Musical.ly, like, they kind of have to, because it's hard to keep people on their platform. People are just leaving their platform to go somewhere else, and they spend the rest of their day there. Like, what are they supposed to do? Like, they're kind of got their back against the wall. They're like, let's try this. Like,
Put it in, I'll post it, and then I'll go back in, and the comment is completely gone. As a creator, that makes it really hard to want to be on Musical.ly, because essentially the only place you can grow is Musical.ly.
honestly, the only reason why I got on Musical.ly is so I can use it to promote my YouTube and Instagram. Because I know it was a platform to grow really fast on. But they don't like that. Don't blame them.
So where people had the opportunity before to grow their Instagrams or their YouTube channels.
I mean, if you think about it, like, top users will have like 10 million followers and then like a few million on Instagram. So the conversion rate is incredibly high.
And for you guys to see our content on other level for using the word kids. They do not want kids at all to be associated with the app. And now with the new Musical.ly update, any kids with over 20,000 fans, which is a lot. Like, these kids have worked really hard to get this following. They are not even searchable on the app. You cannot find them. The only way you can find them is if someone happens to tag them. But again, you have to make sure you spell it right. It doesn't just pull up like it normally did. People like Piper Rockwell, Haley LeBlanc. These are people with huge audiences. Their videos
I don't know anything about
can be
this.
seen on the app. And then there's also those creators that are like 13 years old, and you are allowed to be on the app at 13 years old. Their stuff isn't even showing up. They're completely blocked from ever being featured. And I just think it's so...
Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but the reason why 13-year-olds who are just getting on the app aren't being featured because, like, have you seen some of the content on this app? Like, if you go to it, it's some, like, really weird, cringy stuff of, like, a kid, like, recording their floor, or, like, trying to lip sync to something with, like, a Metro PCS, like, 2001 Android phone. It's, like, it's not being featured because it's crap. It's just fluff. It's junk. It's garbage. It's the reason why they're not going anywhere. It's like, what is this? You know what I mean? I'm gonna skip around because I wanna get this over with.
It was the way that you were able to interact with fans. You were able to give BFFs, you could do duets, you could their comment, maybe go to their page, maybe grow their following, and they've completely taken the promoting part on Musical.ly away. At most is connecting with you guys. The only reason I didn't have followed. I've been following my husband from the beginning. He's my husband, and it's saying I have to go follow him. So I suggest you guys, if you're following me or any other creators, you go and check and see if you're still following them, and if you're not, you're gonna have to hit that follow button all over again. So basically, everything that contest that Ellen ran, and it was Ellen's dance contest, and what you were supposed to do is you were supposed to go up to strangers and start dancing on the Ellen show, where all the people that were in that @MC group, those were the only people they featured. So many people had great videos, but the only ones that were featured on the show were those. I personally don't think that Ellen knew about this. I love it.
I didn't see who the contest winners were, but obviously their masterclass is being favored because they want to liven up the app. They want to push a new type of audience to the app. If you noticed, I've been on Tinder. I'm getting Musical.ly ads on Tinder. Who's the average viewer on Tinder? 18 plus. They're trying to get an older demographic over to Musical.ly. Instagram, I'm getting Musical.ly ads. YouTube, I'm getting Musical.ly ads. And I am 24. I am their target demographic. They're trying to target 18 plus users to the app because the kids they have on it now are not sustainable. It's not working. Granted, I have my own issues with the marketing moves that they're making and the problems that they're gonna face. Like, personally, I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but I think they're in a real tough spot, honestly, and I believe they might be spending a lot of their money in the wrong places, at least from my experience. And from what I can see, they're spending a lot of their money in the wrong places.
Ellen, I don't think that she would accept this, but I feel like Musical.ly handpicked the certain people that they wanted to put on the show. What a lot of creators have been saying is the winner, the one that was actually on the Ellen show, he wasn't just dancing behind a stranger. That person was actually his dad, and it was just set up. It's really frustrating.
I know a lot about fake pranks.
Because so many people submitted and embarrassed themselves in public dancing behind people when in reality, no of interest. One specifically has brought a lot of top creators onto their personal YouTube page, and it feels like they're using their power. And I know that a lot of what experiences have you guys been having?
All right, now I'm gonna get kind of deep down and personal with Rebecca. It seems like Rebecca is kind of jealous of this masterclass of creators. But Rebecca, you were once that masterclass. You were once being their feature for Time magazines, if there ever were. You know what I mean? You were once their feature for whatever news publishing article or news show that once were. You were once their face. So were you, that original masterclass that you were a part of when the app first came out. You guys were originally the face of the app. Where were your complaints then? Now they need new faces of the app because you and your original masterclass are failing to keep the audience fully engaged with the type of content you're making. That's not necessarily your fault. It's just when users and viewers have been seeing lip syncing videos for so long, they're tuning out because they want to see more of your content. That's why they're moving over to your Instagram and to your YouTube, because they actually do want to see more of you and what else you have to offer that's not just a lip syncing. So they're moving over there and they're staying over there to watch you there, not really returning to Musical.ly as much as they used to. Musical.ly is seeing these metrics that people are leaving to go view your other content. They want to kind of keep people on their app by kind of forcing or algorithmically making changes to put whatever, your better content on Musical.ly. Granted, I think they're making a lot of wrong moves in a lot of wrong places, but they kind of got their back against the wall. They're doing something to save their app. Obviously, I think you said in the beginning you think Musically, because literally you went from a zero, nobody, to tens of millions of followers, probably making hundreds of thousands a month because of it, and that's good for you. But they're making these changes because they have to. They're not making them because they hate you. They're making them because all the data that they have at their disposal tells them to go in a certain direction. And from a business standpoint, you kind of got to follow that metric in a way to help save the app. Because one day, if they kept going the way that they were going, they would be out of business in a year if they didn't have funding. If they didn't have the funding that they had, they would have been out of business probably, maybe already. Because I know, obviously, she said in the beginning, a lot of the people who originally worked there aren't working there anymore. Implying what? That there might be layoffs. But cannot confirm that. Just based off what she says is what it seems like. So they're in a tough spot. They're trying to save themselves. They got their back against the wall. They're doing what they think could possibly save the app. And hey, listen, Toots, you're still getting hundreds of thousands of likes. You're still able to push hundreds of thousands of views to your YouTube. You're killing it. You're still at the top of the game. They have to dethrone you guys a little bit. They have to leave room now for more people to come through. Think about it. When did Musically come out? Like 3-4 years ago, and you guys are still like. If you go back to the musers 3-4 years ago, the top musers are still the same top musers now. If you go back to Instagram, YouTube, Facebook 3-4 years ago, the top people, well, obviously there's some of them that are still at the top, but the top people have changed. There are new people in the top. There are people who are in the top who fell down and are nobodies now. It's the changing landscape, the changing platform, what people like, what people want to see. Granted, I don't think Musically is a good spot for 18 plus years old, especially because they're stuck with that Musically name. They got to change that name and reinvent their platform. That's tough. That's super risky. But it's not going to work. But it's like they have no choice. That's all I got to say. I hope you guys have some fundamental understanding now of how business works in social media. Yeah, that's it. I'm not editing this. Peace, guys.